Hi, good day all. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. We're going to talk about Chat GPT. Now there has been interesting anecdotal conversations that I've had with my friends, and hence I thought I will use this time today to share on this important topic of how to use Chat GPT. Chat GPT is today one of the most hot topic if you're talking about how Chat GPT is changing our lives. But in the anecdotal conversations with our friends, when I've had, people have said, "Oh, ChatGPT, what is it so different? It doesn't even know what to answer. It doesn't even understand my question. It doesn't even know what am I asking. It gives stupid answers." Now I was intrigued because I started using ChatGPT from day one itself. Luckily, I got into ChatGPT in the month of November itself. Created an user ID password. Well, early days there were challenges in terms of logging in because there were too many users. But over a period of time, I have been using ChatGPT literally every day for the last 4 months. And it has been quite an interesting journey. And let me share with you the 5 practical ways of using ChatGPT and making the best out of it. The 5 practical ways of using ChatGPT is as follows. First of all, stop using ChatGPT for information. When you do Google research, you go and type something in Google. And when you type something in Google, Google will give you lot of information which will come to you. Now, once you get that information, what you have to do is you have to go, process, figure out, and then you will have to know what to do. Let me give you a contextual understanding. Let us assume that I want to create an YouTube content on ChatGPT. I will go and write YouTube content. Then I'll ask Google how to create. It will give me series of links. Then I have to read all of that link and then make something out of it. But ChatGPT is conversational. You just have to write that I have to create an YouTube content on ChatGPT. Please help me in doing that. Now, if you do that, you will get very generic answers, and it will give you top 5 ways of how to go onto YouTube, what should be the content, what should be your way of doing it, and ABC. And you will find, oh, this answer is not interesting. What you have to be doing is you have to get into a conversation with ChatGPT. You have to write, I want to create a video on YouTube and I want to become a social media influencer and I want to use this opportunity to write about ChatGPT. I'm a professional and I understand what I want to become a social influencer and to make it a top trending video. What should I do? Then ChatGPT will answer you very, very intelligently. Now try and understand what is being mentioned here. You have to be very, very creative in your questions. You have to be having a conversation with ChatGPT and it will surely make an impact and it will tell you what to do. Second point is on how do I create actual characters or the way I will create a way to present something. So I was wanting to write a book and I've been wanting to write a book for a long time. So I was trying to create a scene wherein I am driving from the home to office and from office back to the hospital, and then I was trying to show the hospital scenario and all of that, and I asked those questions that this is what it is, please send it. It gave me a very draft response. I could not get anything out of it. Then what I created was I started naming characters. Then I wrote a particular passage of my journey from home to office, then from office to the hospital, and in the hospital they went. When I did that, ChatGPT gave me specific inputs. It converted the characters, the way the vehicle is being driven, the way the road is going to look like, the way the hospital should be there, and it gave me a specific input. You should write something as to how the hospital was smelling, which will give a real-time feeling of that scene. So when I asked more specific question, can you elaborate? Can you add that flavor into the storyline? ChatGPT was creative enough to even add that, saying that you could smell the medicines and you could smell the environment in which You, when you get into a hospital, this is what happens. So it was intelligent enough to understand when I created the content, I created the character, I gave a framework, and then I pushed it back to ChatGPT. ChatGPT was intelligent enough to give me specifics which I wanted to, and it wrote very succinct and appropriate manner, which I would have taken more lines and more sentences to write. So to be able to be creative, the second point is you have to create that ecosystem, create that characteristics, and you will find magic there. Chat GPT is also very interesting in the third aspect. If you just have to ask a very specific question in terms of building a business proposal for a particular aspect. So, for example, you want to play the role of a CEO or a chief marketing officer or a CFO, or let's forget, you just do your own role and ask a very specific question in terms of what is it that you have to do in your role. Let us assume that you want to create a marketing strategy for your product and you know what product it is. Let us assume it is a laptop and you want to market that laptop in the ecosystem, and you have to be very specific. So you have to say that I have built a laptop. The laptop is manufactured in India. The Indian based laptop has to be sold in the Indian market. I have a budget of, let's assume, 1 lakh rupees, and I want to use the marketing strategies which you will share with me to launch my product in the marketplace in the next 2 to 3 months. How should I apportion the project? How should I use the collaterals? How should I use the marketing strategies to make it successful? The more you ask those questions, which is very specific nature, you will find that Chat GPT will keep giving you very clear cut answers to that, and it will be very specific to the question. So you have to drill down, you have to keep peeling the onions with Chat GPT, and Chat GPT will be able to give you extremely powerful responses which will help you to build the strategies. Now you can also argue with Chat GPT, saying that if you present this to the chief marketing officer of your organization, what are the queries they will have, and characterize the chief marketing officer. Say that the chief marketing officer is an aggressive guy, he wants the product launch to be there, and then get into the argument, and you will find Chat GPT giving you appropriate response to address the scenarios in the meeting as well. Let us assume you also write that the CFO of the organization is very cost conscious, and if that particular gentleman put the character into it and ask if the CFO, who is very cost conscious, is going to ask me questions around the budgeting and all of that, how do I respond? Chat GPT will come back and give you some thought processes in terms of what you need to do and how you need to do, and it will be an interesting learning for you which you can utilize in your strategy. So you have to be very clear in terms of what you're asking in this aspect as well. The fourth one, which is important, is how do you have a conversation with the Chat GPT? Do you want to use it as a friend, an assistant, or someone? And it is going to be a very interesting conversation. Let us assume that you have to position a particular product on the website of your organization. So you have to give a specific input in terms of what is that product, what is the product features going to be, how is it that is there, what is the bouquet of product which you have got, and then put it to Chat GPT. Chat GPT will be able to give you from a web designing perspective where it should be positioned, how it should be positioned, what is the color composition, what should be written in the material, and all of that. It will be very clear when you give specific instructions and use ChatGPT as a friend. ChatGPT will be able to give you more information. You can't go and ask ChatGPT. You have to use the intelligence and the emotional quotient while it is an AI of ChatGPT, and just see how you will be able to see unlock the creativity of ChatGPT. And it has to be very interesting journey for you to learn this and take this forward. The fifth thing is you have to know how to reuse Chat GPT after the content is also got created. Now you have to do a repeat of the draft which has got created. The first draft will never be the greatest one, but you should be able to figure out that when you are writing, you have to write and keep tweaking. And when you keep tweaking, Chat GPT will give you multiple ways of addressing the same thing. So, for example, if you have written something in a particular form and shape, and you want to address it differently. So, for example, if you want to compare between Osho and Ramana Maharishi, and there are two different set of people. If you go to Google, they will give you a set of details about Osho. Then, if you go to Google, it will give you set of details about Ramana Maharishi, and then you will have to read both the topics and create a summary of how the styles of both the gurus are. Now, when you go to ChatGPT and when you ask, can you give me how does Osho think and what the philosophy is, it will give you a write up. Then you go and write saying what is Ramana Maharishi's philosophy and what it is, it will give you a write up. Then, if you say that give me a fusion of Osho and Ramana Maharshi, it will give you the fusion of Osho and Ramana Maharshi, and it will be very, very unique. And then get into the layering. The moment you get into the layering, you will find that it will keep prompting you and it will keep teaching you more and more, and it will give you more intelligent response. So don't stop by just creating the first draft. Keep redoing the first drafts and then redo that, and you will find more powerful information coming from it. Now I'll come to the end of all of this session on ChatGPT. What I was thinking, and what I've shared with you may be very helpful. If you have any comments, please write below. If you want me to do such videos, please do write in. And if you have got any specific suggestions on which I should be creating the videos, please do that. Keep subscribing, keep liking, and if possible, please switch on this notification button, because whenever I'll come back, you will be able to get to see me and get to hear from me. And also, if required, please forward this to your friends so they can also benefit from the videos which I have shared now. You have a good day ahead. Take care and bye bye.